Flushfest.
Well, this is week 2 of the Flushfest pod. We got 1 in the books. We came back for more.
Flushfest.
Welcome in.
Here we are.
We did it. Made it through week 1.
We got some stuff to talk about today. The title of this episode, which is sort of
This is a big decision.
No, the title is CUB Goes Viral. That's what it's going to be called. They're going to read it.
Like I said, it's a big decision.
And as
we'll
a
get into
reminder, our big boy over here is Cub.
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
This is BJ. You got Thunder, Sea Dog. You got
All the
Thunder.
above.
Thunder.
Thunder, Ed Sheeran.
E-Money here.
And I guess we're just going
Sure.
with MT.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let the viewers will pick a new name for you at some point. But it's been a kind of an exciting week in the world of golf. We had the rowdiest tournament which was extra rowdy.
Wasted management,
Wasted
as they're calling
management.
it. The wasted management.
Did anyone watch all 4 days? I didn't.
No, I was golfing in California, and I was on a plane,
I was working.
and I'm
No.
I didn't watch a ton of the tournament till Sunday, but I feel like everybody saw the same videos on social media of guys fighting gravity, falling downhill.
the stumble vids.
Yeah, with mud and a little bit of sloppiness, that is a recipe for disaster.
Well, I've had buddies who've gone before and not been in like the corporate box environment. And you have to get there at like 4 in the morning to get in. And so you're drinking from 4 in the morning until, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night. And so, by the time they make the turn,
It's
you're
not good.
smashed.
The videos that I saw of the crowds just to get to, was it 16, right?
Yep.
It's just, it seems like my worst nightmare. Like,
It's like a Black Friday. rush.
like asses to elbows
The
down the
whole time,
entire fairway.
I
Like,
saw
it
that
just
the whole time.
seems
All I could think of was Six
miserable.
Flags Express Pass. Where do I get the Express Pass?
How do I get out of
you
this
can't.
line?
You
Yeah.
can't get it.
It doesn't work anymore because the Express Pass is so cheap.
Yeah, everybody buys it.
They need to make it like $2,000 to be the only one in line.
Well, that's what you do at Disney World.
Yeah.
That's why you go there.
Six Flags, if you're watching.
Wonder,
We're based in Dallas, Texas.
you wonder if there's a guy that just like goes in and just posts up on like one green and just sits there and watches
in
everybody.
Augusta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just when they're done at one, they makes his way over to 18 and then
By the
doesn't
way,
even fight that fight. Might be worth it.
your connection to Black Friday is actually shockingly similar. Like people just dead sprinting out of the gate. It's still dark outside because it's 5 or 6 a.m. That is what it looks like.
Do you
at
remember?
Walmart
It
on
was
Black
like 4 or
Friday.
5 years ago. Someone got trampled to death trying to get a dress or something, for $15 off, and it killed him.
It's wild for a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, 720p,
But it was a damn
40-inch
good deal.
Well, so we should jump into the hot topic on at least the text thread for MT we had on the wasted management is it getting too out of control, right? Like that's the question. Is it getting too wild? There's most of the videos I saw today were Zach Johnson going nuts on some of the crowd.
I kept thinking about Shooter McGavin. Damn you people, this is golf. Go back to your concerts.
Well, remember?
And you know what's funny is he was kind of yelling. Zach Johnson was yelling, and he just kind of was like, and then walked off. He didn't finish. He was just kind of damn you people.
Who was it? Was it Billy Horschel that said?
Yeah.
He's like, he's playing golf. It's his job.
So when I first saw that video, I actually was like, Billy, grow up a little bit. Like, look, it's the Wasted Management Open, right? However, it does change my opinion a little bit because I didn't know this. The guy that he was defending was a Monday qualifier who has no money.
See,
right?
these are the details.
The guy is there, probably drove in his 20-year-old Toyota Camry and
And that
lived
guy
sleeping in it. And
The guy
has
that's
no
blacked out
money.
doesn't know that. He thinks
Yeah.
the guy's rich. He's playing golf for a living.
So that actually kind of changed my opinion a little bit of that once I knew
That's
that
fair.
piece.
It doesn't change my opinion of it.
No, we
Keep it the
sometimes
way-
you need to be fact checked.
Are you on the keep it the way it is? Keep it a little bit crazy.
Change a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's good because it's one tournament, right? There's nothing like it.
It's true.
It adds
Live.
right, but
I don't
for
even
the
think lives that way.
no, but for the PGA Tour, there's one tournament. Let's get rowdy. Let's get crazy. Yeah, let's dial it in a little bit. And obviously, they stopped serving alcohol on Sunday, so that kind of probably helped. But I think it's fun. But I think there's a little bit of the ability to do the fun and kind of just tone it down. Like Spieth got pissed on Sunday, which was the third round, because a guy yelled in his backswing and he threw his club because the guy yelled.
But hey, I have a great question though. Would Tiger get pissed?
He's used to it, I think.
He's used to it.
Well, that's
He would say you guys need to grow up.
Well, that's because he got tortured by his dad for 15
Tortured
years.
is a strong
My
word.
Did you
dad.
see
Trained.
it?
I watched
Training.
it.
Did you watch the documentary?
Marine style training.
Evan says trained.
Well,
My 2 cents when shout out to our boy coach and MT were having a little hot debate on the text thread about it. My whole point is that with golf and like tennis and stuff like that, it is a little bit different because at like a football game or a basketball game or a soccer game or whatever, you know, the crowd is almost like white noise at that point because there's so many people yelling at one time. So unless you're like one of those crazy fans yelling at LeBron that gets ejected or whatever courtside, you know, you don't get a lot. You can't hear, you know, athletes can't hear much, right? In the white noise stuff. But in golf, you know, you're right there. They can hear everything because it's generally quiet. And then that, you know, could throw you off quite a bit. So that was my only thought on not yelling while people are taking their backswing.
It's hard.
But
You want to know what's funny about Sea-Dog's comment about not selling beer on Sundays? There was a race in Australia for years called the Bathurst, and it was famous for being like a complete you-know-what show because everybody would just get wasted. And they started saying, okay, you can't bring beer on the last day of the race. And so guys would take buckets of beer and bury it in the ground. They dig it up on the last day and just start drinking it. Like that's how they
just
got
hide a
around
bottle
it.
of liquor.
Right.
Well, that's kind of like
It's like at college when you take
at the Byron, right? Isn't that kind of the thing? They hide some booze under the
They
stands. a little
definitely
bit.
do at
There's some-
ACL.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they go bury it.
so
A couple coolers under the stands.
So going back to the waste management, because we were talking about this, and I kind of agree with Barrett. They were saying, so what are they going to change next year? I said, well, they had 500,000 people there on Saturday. They sold record tickets, record alcohol merch, probably
They're not changing
outrageous
anything.
viewership. They're not going to change much. And so you can either, if you're a player, you can either embrace it. You can be Ricky Fowler, who throws the jersey on
Yeah.
every
Shout
time
out
he gets
Rick.
16.
Kapokes.
And by the way,
Good chum.
he
Pokes.
cheers everybody up, and then he stuffs it and makes birdie. So it's kind of like, are you gonna accept it, or are you gonna
Yeah.
cry about it all weekend, and then you're gonna be miserable? So,
Yeah.
but Evan does make a good point. If there's 10,000 people there and only one person is chirping you in your backswing, that's way harder than 10,000
Yeah.
people screaming at you.
Yeah.
I'd
would agree
rather
with
have the loud. Like I think if I was teeing off on 16, I would be a Ricky Fowler. I want it as loud as it can be, so then I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
If I'm on like one tee and it's like Ryder Cup or whatever, and you're nervous and it's dead and it gets dead silent all of a sudden, and then one of the guys just yells something out loud, you know, that would throw you off. That would mess me up pretty bad.
Yeah, but you know, what are they yelling?
Well,
If it's
some
a
of those
Ryder
things.
Cup, they're
So
yelling.
I'm trying to keep it clean for the podcast. So I was going to throw some examples out, but we're gonna.
Yeah, you got to have kind of a thick hide. Plus, if you're, Justin Thomas, you can say whatever you want under your breath. Mike can't hear it. You won't lose any sponsorship.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
You can
Way
call
to
yourself
lag
whatever
it.
you want.
Well, shout out JT. If you ever get canceled again, we got a brand. We'd love to have you.
We don't make joggers though. Yeah.
Well, he's got
For him, we will.
Grayson now, and speaking of Grayson,
Well,
has anybody seen the new Tigray shirt with that collar?
Tiger.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the towel collar.
I call it the
Eerily
towel collar.
similar.
You know what? Everybody is ripping on the logo. I think it's kind of cool.
The Bad Birdie logo, or just the logo in
the
general.
like skeleton.
I kind of
tiger.
like the logo.
I think it's kind of cool.
I kind of like
I
it.
like the logo, the tiger logo by itself. I don't understand why you're putting the 3 letters look out of touch. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
right?
I don't really understand why the word Sunday is now Sun.
Day.
I don't get that.
See, I didn't get that. I don't
I
get the
don't
3
get
letters. I mean, you're a logo guy. Those 3 letters look
I
out
like
of
the
place.
tiger. I think
No, the
Sun's
tiger's cool.
But he's had that tiger logo before. Like, that's not new.
I think it's new.
No,
think
that's
it's
new.
Really?
We said that TW for a long time.
Yeah.
No, I know that.
No,
But
the actual.
By the way, that TW is one of the coolest all time That's like the Jordan,
He should have figured out a way to buy that from Nike. Like, does Nike own that?
So-
Why didn't he buy that from Nike?
Wait,
when he separated. I would have. He could probably afford it, right?
I have a question. The photo, the video he posted on Twitter of the new line, whatever. Did
you say lion?
The new no, not the new line. Was that an evolution of how they got to the logo? Did y'all see that? Where it was like
No.
What
was it?
We need to put this on the pod. We need to show the video of Tiger's new. He literally he's doing his swing. It's all black, whatever.
Oh,
it shows
that
all
video.
All that. Yeah, the video.
Yeah.
And
the
it
one
shows
that we're
the
gonna recreate
evolution
with you.
of, and I think it gets to the Tiger logo. Like he went through iteration. We did the same thing.
I wasn't paying attention. I noticed that he had gloves, and all I could think was, "Yeah, dog, we got some gloves too. We're coming out with gloves too." That's all the thing
I like the logo.
could think about.
I like it.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind the tiger. I think the tiger with the
The
S
D
D R is just weird. The three
Yeah.
letters throw it off. They're going to get rid of that.
Also,
so.
Sunday, it's one word.
Somebody pointed out it's actually when you do look at Slozenger, it's a big cat
Does
right
look
over.
like
It's actually pretty close. There's also one other funny thing that somebody pointed out, which is the location of a certain stripe right there, which is
He's got, yeah.
like
look,
like
it's old Tiger.
like a penis stripe.
Yeah, just a big old
Packing heat.
We'll call it what it is.
Call it what it
okay.
is.
All
It's
right.
a big old heat.
That's a long drive, but
But
look, it's a cool logo. I mean, I think it's great.
to me, for a guy
we're gonna
that's-
have to get some of those shirts.
I mean,
for
as
R&B.
as guys that work on logos a lot, just for things or whatever, like, can you imagine the logo, like TaylorMade or Tiger Woods people are both probably working on these logos,
Well, the
like
funny-
presenting it to Tiger.
but the
How
funny thing
nervous
is-
would you be presenting your logo to Tiger and just
After
being
he
like,
paid you $10 million to make
"Hey, we're
it.
coming up with our own brand. It's gonna be called Sunday Red. Good luck. Give me some logo options." Oh God.
Have you ever seen the photo of Tiger in like his first meeting at Nike in the 90s? He's sitting there and he's in the room in Nike and there's a bunch of execs around him. And I think he was 20, has got his feet propped up, hands behind his head,
Love it.
owning the room. Now that was 30 years ago or whatever. Could you imagine today walking in and being like, because
He may not even be there.
because
He's got people
he
to do
saw
that.
one of the logos and was just like, get out.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Or he
and
may
he
not have
have-
even said anything, just stared at you.
He may
like
have
that.
people for it. He maybe just gets the final cuts, or who knows.
Well, but look, now Tiger finally understands, as we do, what it
it's like.
takes to build
Mhm.
a brand.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have told him.
I'm sure
Hey,
it was
man,
just as hard for
Now-
him.
You're gonna
Now-
get, yeah.
How much do you think we talked last week a little bit about how the content, the money that we invested into the content for our launch, the website, the videos, all that sort of stuff was money well spent. How much do you think Tigray and TaylorMade spent on these
Oh God.
launch productions that they're doing?
Well,
It's gotta be
billions.
crazy.
fortunately,
Crazy.
he doesn't. The thing is for him, like he just has to pay production value because all he has to do is post it on his Instagram.
And he doesn't have to
Every
advertise.
single Instagram is going to repost him.
It's a rev share probably for the first couple of years so that he has nothing out of pocket, right?
That's the thing. When you're that, it's so funny. Once you're that rich and famous, it's like you don't have to pay as much anymore. When
Okay,
you
my-
can afford it.
That's
My
the
question
whole
is-
thing. When you
Yeah.
get rich, things become free, right? That's like the whole
That's
thing.
what I'm
Yeah.
Why did he not do this sooner?
He was in a contract with Nike.
I
I don't know why a lot of
He
just
probably broke that contract.
Yeah, but guys, you know how much money Nike? I mean,
I think
I
it
don't know how much
expired,
money
right?
Nike.
no, it
was
just
paying.
expired.
I think it
The Nike
expired.
When
contract
did
just
MJ start his own?
Well,
That's a good comparison.
Well,
he
no,
did the-
MJ's with Nike. Jordan
yeah,
Brand's owned by
he did
Nike.
the Jordan
okay,
thing.
still
He's making
Fine.
what was he? He's making $300 million a year
Yeah,
on
but
that.
at some point he
Something like that?
started the Jordan brand. It wasn't always. I mean, it was
Well-
Nike. and
Well,
then it was
no,
Jordan.
look, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon came along and got him a great deal. And that's
Great.
how that
Yeah.
worked
It's a great
out.
flick.
He gets almost $1 million a day from his Jordan brand deal with Nike.
Wild.
So he doesn't need to start his own company. That's correct. So he get the deal with Jordan brand and Nike is he gets 5% of revenue.
Okay, so
And they did $6 billion last year in revenue, Jordan brand.
maybe a better question: why didn't Tiger just stay with Nike and start this?
Well, because
The
Jordan
TW
brand's a
get
little bit
get a
bigger.
cut of the TW brand.
Here's
I think
one.
Maybe Nike wanted out of golf.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's probably,
That's probably
what happened.
So
Well, then,
And-
you know what that means then. there's some guys that we know that wear Nike that
The
may be
whole-
looking for a brand.
What I heard was apparently the whole, Tiger went through this whole charade, right, of kind of some personal issues, as we all maybe know, with some different females and things like that. And
It wasn't a charade.
yeah, well,
It was real.
and Nike was on this whole promotion of promoting female sports and promoting all of that. And it was not a very good cross promoting deal.
Yeah.
And so they were, I think, ready to get out of that. And so, I think one thing that is interesting,
So
though,
it was
is
mutual, is what you're saying.
probably, but Sunday red, is that a little pigeonholy for the color red? And
So he wore all Sunday red today at the Riviera practice round because he showed up to play practice round, so he's on every social. He was wearing khaki and black. So Sunday red
Sunday khaki.
is not gonna
work for
So
Thursday?
I thought the same thing.
I'm like, that's just
but
not
there's
great.
no red in his Sunday red outfit today.
I wonder why he didn't just call it like Tiger. Like, why doesn't it just like some sort of version of Tiger?
Y'all do know that one podcast, even though we're sponsored by Hammerback and we started Hammerback, we're gonna have to do a podcast all wearing Sunday red. Just like a towel shirt.
We should make our own version of Sunday Red and make it way better without the towel collar and the bad birdie.
It's-
So all we have to do, all we
Just-
have to do is get a Grayson collar and a bad birdie
We would just do a bunch
positioning
of red tigers.
deal, and
We just call it
got-
Wednesday noon, and Cub wears it. When he's off.
Love that Wednesday
Yeah,
noon tea.
plays a lot of Wednesday golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also one of the things I thought was, did he stay away from Tiger, or is it because he wanted to keep it generic enough for like, is it because maybe Charlie's he's probably thinking that way. Is
No,
there
that's not
something
a
with
bad
Charlie?
idea.
Is there something with other players? He's buddies with JT.
You
know what I mean? Like you never know what,
name a company after your own name.
Yeah.
You never do that.
because he's buddies with JT. They're not gonna, he can't do that, right?
It's a bad joke.
So
I don't even know what to say.
Harry Weather, come on.
Air Jordan, but there's a
Jordan,
couple
yeah,
of
no,
other,
you never do that,
couple other like top.
Jones Healthcare, yeah. You
Sir,
I was going to say Jones.
Sir Peter Malaw.
Peter Malaw.
Well, anyway, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll have to get some for
Best of luck
R&D
to you, Tiger.
purposes.
best
Yeah.
of luck.
I bet he'll
Hope
do
it works out well. I bet he'll do all right. I
I
bet
don't
he'll sell
think
a
he
few.
needs much luck.
And to people listening who are expecting the best line, it's just like Tom Brady dropped his stuff. The first round is hard because you don't really know what's going to be. It takes 2 or 3 runs to
but
figure it out.
Tom Brady's wasn't his like nutrition supplements, and nobody wants to eat.
No.
dirt
He started a clothing brand
grass.
called
Did he
Brady
really?
Brand.
Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had
It's-
some.
Did you say the Brady
more-
Bunch?
No, Brady Brand.
Oh, Brady
So
Brand.
it's more like generic athleisure type stuff.
Ah,
Brady brand. That's
Yeah.
didn't.
It's
Tough one.
very, very nondescript.
Don't
like
love
no
that.
logos. It's,
Yeah.
So you're saying that he's probably not watching the Shopify sales ticker when he's in his Baker's Bay mansion.
probably not.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You
just
think he's
checking.
responding to emails like Cub does all day?
No, it's not as hands on for those guys. I don't think.
Yeah, he's
that
not-
is one question though. Like, what's the distribution model going to be for Sunday Red? Is he going to go big box? Is he going to go just online? Is he going to go?
He's too classy for big box. He can't.
But I don't. Where's he going to sell it? It's got to be online, right?
Yeah, but
Where's TaylorMade sold? Going to sell it through their distribution, maybe.
that's-
It'd be
the
interesting to
thing
see.
about him is it's going to be sold wherever he wants.
Well, what if he made it? You can only buy it in the
Sundays.
National Pro Shop on Sunday.
Yeah.
It'd be $10,000 a shirt on eBay.
now that would actually be
like
a pretty
those
good
gnomes.
idea.
Did you know that the Masters #1 seller every year, not #1 like volume, but like the thing that they sell out of the fastest?
Oh,
I-
those stupid. What the
you know,
gnomes?
gnomes? Lawn
Oh
gnomes.
my god!
I was going to say
when
pimento
you go to the
sandwiches.
when you go to the
Retarded.
Masters, it's like the Black Friday thing. They open the gates. These dopey guys dart in, like kind of Weasley guys, and they run out with these giant, goofy lawn gnomes. I swear to you, in their arms in boxes, and they run them, put them in their car, run back and get some more.
They literally
It's gonna sound
leave,
bad,
go
but
put
I
them in
don't
their
know
car,
what
then
you're
come
And I
talking
back.
stopped a guy. I go, what is that? When we were walking in,
Never seen these.
And he
I
goes,
don't know what you're
it's
talking
this year's gnome, and I was like, what? And he goes, oh, I'll sell these on eBay. I'll
Our
clean
good
up.
friend at Royal Oaks, Bo. I won't say his last name, but Bo.
Is he a big fan?
Oh, he's a huge merch guy, but he told me about these gnomes, and I was dumbfounded. I was like,
Anything about it?
"Bo, you're a great dude, but the gnomes?
Well, now,
Really?
So dumb.
Well, how much are the gnomes going for?
Apparently, you buy them for $50 and you throw them up on the bay
Oh,
for
okay.
like $300, and they go like great because you've got 17 years worth, and I got to get this year's gnome, and they're different every year. But lawn gnomes, if you guys want a lawn gnome, I mean, we
we
put
need
one
to-
right in the middle of the table.
We need a guy like.
Well, I take
we
that
need a guy
back.
like
Then
Rogan.
Bo's a genius.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if Bo keeps his. Probably not. He probably throws them away.
I don't.
Evan, are we boring you?
No, I was going to look up how much the
You can probably-
long gnomes
It's
are
the
going for.
eBay.
It's
Just
not-
go on eBay.
Go on the bay. Anyway, but this sort of leads us.
me
Last
see.
week, you remember we left the pod with MT's silky voice saying maybe next week we'll talk about how much we have in this and what it actually costs to get a brand from
Speaking of starting a golf,
inception off the ground and sort of into orbit. So if we're open to disclosing that, I'm happy to,
Yeah.
because it's definitely not it's a capital intensive business. I'm sure Tiger, would agree.
he's feeling that right now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
He just wrote that.
You know,
Tiger just wrote that check for the first inventory order, like we did,
No,
and
he's
I
down-
remember we got excited when the first dollars went out for our shirt
We
order.
got excited for that.
We were high fiving shirt orders in. Hey,
good.
by the way,
we're
look
doing
at the
it.
personalities. We were all excited. Harris, like, I just saw the
Wait,
money.
we spent
I just
money.
saw the
You
money.
saw money
went
going
out of the
out.
bank
Harris saw
account?
money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, so I think, hey, MT, why don't you? So MT is our kind of resident financial guy, right?
Numbers guy.
Yeah, I think
Big
MT
numbers
should
guy.
give just like a high level of what the investment looked like, how we thought about it, the things that we did wrong, things that we feel like we may have done right. Kind of maybe tell the audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, and it's an interesting time considering it's 2 days after Tiger launched his brand. So if anybody out there wants to start their own Sunday Red, I'm assuming we did it a little bit more affordable than he did, but
A little bit.
Tiger,
Today-
poor Tiger, he's down to his
today,
last
the-
billion.
the total capital invested to date is $210,000. So to anyone listeing, that
Can't
is-
hide money.
That is
Not that bad.
That is personal cash out of us. We didn't take loans. We didn't do
Out of
anything like
us.
that. Next round we are looking for investors. Listeners, so. But to Evan's point, the majority of that money would have been inventory. Probably more than about half, or a little bit more than half of that investment is inventory. Now I think Colin mentioned this last time. If we could change one thing, probably didn't need 110 grand of inventory out the chute.
Right.
That's a lot.
Limit your SKUs.
Yes. Not only that, but you either need a storage place or you're going to pay a third party to store it for you and to handle your logistics, which we are learning is quite expensive. So,
Well, we also when we put a forecast together, you remember this? We were like, okay, here's what inventory is going to cost. We had it kind of mapped out,
mhm.
and I think we put for marketing costs like $5,000 or $6,000,
well,
which was like that's like walking into the car dealership and saying, I've got $150 to spend. What do you got?
so I
It
think
doesn't get you
When you're
anywhere.
not Tiger Woods, you got to get the brand out.
Tiger probably
Nobody
makes
knew
money
who
on
you were.
marketing.
Yeah,
you know?
nobody
Like,
knew who
You
we
got to
were.
pay me to post my video.
Yeah.
Well, when we originally did our budget, we had a bigger marketing budget, and then I think as the inventory number got bigger every week, there was one line item. We'll just do it on less marketing, and then eventually we all knew, well, this original number isn't going to work, so we had to put a little extra in. But the best money we spent by far was the photo shoot, the marketing, the
Oh, yeah.
advertising.
Yeah.
Because like Evan said, how many people reached out and said, man, y'all look like a real brand.
Real thing. Yeah. And shout out
Hell
to
yeah, brother.
shout out to all of our friends and family that went on and bought stuff in that first. I mean, we had an incredible opening
Mhm.
weekend. It
I think
seemed like a week, whatever it
was
was.
July.
It was awesome. I mean, we had some, and that's another part of, talking about having multiple people that you start a company with, and you have multiple networks that you can utilize to help stand that company up versus if I just stood it up, I've got a couple hundred Facebook friends. I threw it out there, but now we've got that times 5 and then our wives, and it just kind of snowballs. And we had,
yeah. And I don't think it was, it wasn't
great launch
charitable. I think there was a real interest in it, especially from kind of our kind of close friends.
No, because you go and look at, like, we could go and see the orders that came in, and I looked at some of them after I posted something on
your lost friend from Facebook.
and I was like, goodness gracious, I haven't talked to that guy since high school, but man, I love you, brother. Thank you. Now that was fun to see that, because it's like, not only is it like we believe it's good quality stuff, but the quality of the production and the marketing resembled that. And so people were like, shoot, I'll give this a try. This looks great. And then they become repeat buyers.
I got tons of compliments at a wedding I went to back in Tulsa. Probably like 6 months ago now, or whatever, not 6 months ago, 3 months ago now. And some of my friends from high school and one of my friends' moms and some other people bought some shirts, and they were there. And they're just like, oh my God, these are awesome. They're great. Like, what's next? When are you coming out with more? All that sort of thing. I was like, that feels good. I mean, that's awesome. Like, that's what you want to hear is that it's, because we made them to be high quality. And so when you hear that they are, and people like the quality and the fit and the feel and all that.
Oh, I had one of my best friends growing up, his dad, Kenny, love him. 6'4" hunter. He's a lawyer, but he's a hunter. All I remember of Kenny is he's the greatest guy ever. He went to Wally World every Saturday and smoked Black Miles and went duck hunting. And he called me out of the blue randomly and goes, Seedle, that was my nickname back in the day. He goes,
I'm
Seedle?
sorry, what was it?
Seedle Peedle. He goes,
Pedal. What?
Hang on.
He goes, Seedle, that hammer thing you got going on, I love those polos. I don't know if he's ever swung a golf club in his life.
You don't have to be a golfer to wear the polo.
You can loved him. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
You can hunt. You can hunt them.
Hey, next coming up, camo.
We're hunting.
You really tried to gloss over that Seedle Beetle thing.
Seedle Beetle.
Yeah, you regretted that.
That's
okay. We'll get to that later.
We're gonna die.
I've got some other things I gotta regret later.
We're gonna dive into that next week.
Well,
Seedle Beetle.
Well, real quick, I was going to talk because we were talking about those first few days because we launched. I think it was a Thursday, and then things started picking up. We didn't really know what to expect. And Friday, I think we did a couple grand, and we were like, "Wow, that's really good." And I remember Saturday because this was in July.
We were
all at the pool.
Yeah,
we were all at the Royal Oaks pool. We were drinking, bourbon neat and definitely not pina coladas, but we were sitting there and. Evan and I were sitting, E-Money and I were sitting at the bar and we're drinking. And I think there was something going on the TV and we were watching. And we just had the phone up. And I mean, every 30 seconds, we would just high five like, oh my gosh.
We just got an order.
Well, I didn't have my phone on mute the other day and we were playing around. And the moment one of our friends, his club face had hit the ball a half a second before this and it just went cha-ching. And he turned around and he goes, that was awesome.
Wait, does Shopify do that?
Yeah.
I don't have my phone
it's like
on
Venmo.
It's always on vibrate.
I was going to say, there is no better feeling than when you hear that cha-ching go off and you're like, nope.
Am I the only one here that doesn't turn their phone on? What is it?
No.
Whatever?
I have it on mute.
Well,
Yeah,
mine's on.
But every once in a while, when
you
you were expecting something, yeah, it'd be nice.
Oh, it's so nice. That's the best sound in the world.
But so back to expectations, we definitely had some coaching. Remember we sat down with what's his nuts, the guy who told us he did that equestrian thing with his daughter.
Oh,
he made clothing for his daughter's horse. Thing.
Yeah,
This is like before
a girl's
this is
equestrian
before we had done
line.
anything. Evan and I sat down, and he was like, "Look, I'm just going to be straight up. It's you got to put some cash into it. Like it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
Or it's a cash hole." And so we were kind of prepared for that, I think. But then I think I was pleasantly surprised at how quickly it took off.
Yeah.
And
I think for the amount that we've put in to what we've gotten back, and obviously we've spent a lot on the marketing because we went direct to consumer instead of green grass going through pro shops, has been pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
But it's also one.
first
It's
6,
like
7, 8
it's
months,
like the
whatever.
stock market, right? If you check it every day, you just
Yeah.
you can. But if
Yeah,
you look
you
at it
gotta
over
ignore it, yeah.
9 months or 10 months, you go, oh wow, it's up. Whatever. So that's been. A lot
But
of
for
fun.
5 guys that knew nothing about consumer products, much less apparel, that said, "Hey, we're all entrepreneurs in our own right. Let's go and figure this problem out. We know we love golf. We know what kind of golf apparel we like and how they fit, and then we make it." Like there's a pretty good recipe for success, I think. Time will tell, but we feel like we've been very.
I feel good about it.
I feel great about it.
And some of us wanted to get into golf. Like you're in Perryweather's in golf, right?
Right.
You kind of get that luxury. I love golf. I just wanted to be in the golf. I mean, I think we kind of talked about that the day when we were talking about the name and the brand.
I love the golf.
You love the golf. I just want to be involved,
Well, and the big key for us was, and I remember when we originally were talking about it, we said, look, if we can make a business and it can self-sustain and we can get to go on a bunch of trips with each other every year and, have fun and we make some money
some
out of it. This is good.
content.
Wait,
I mean-
MT, did you just say write-off?
That was actually the mission statement
You
for the
don't
company.
even know
Yeah,
what a write-off is.
But at some
just
point,
write
you
it
have
off.
to have income to, gotta
Income
make-
producing.
Yeah. You can't just write
We're going to
everything.
get
Now
there.
listen, we're about to get a lot more. We're gonna take off like a hockey stick curve. You want to know why? Because CUB has gone viral several times. Now, actually, we should start this off.
But real quick, before we get into this,
Go
we
ahead.
need a quick word from our sponsor and take an intermission.
Sunday Red sponsoring this video. Thank you.
I gotta pee.
Hold on. Our sponsor, real fast, before we take that intermission, we are actively attempting to get High Noon to sponsor us, which this would be
Ooh.
kind of a weekly bit because Evan loves
would be
High
Yeah,
Noon.
my new bit. By the way,
So
I
here,
didn't
I'm
know
gonna-
they made these high noon
Nooner?
Yeah. So here, I'm
7
going to read
hundos,
this.
but-
This is, Barrett, I don't think you heard this earlier. This is
Not, by
hilarious.
the way, not a sponsor. Hammerback is our
Yeah,
sponsor.
so we'll put this clip up on the video, but
But we
Evan
do
reached
love
out to
Nooners.
them and said, "Hi, we would like to make a High Noon golf polo to add to our summer collection. Is there someone we could talk to about the collab?" And then they responded, "Hey, thanks for reaching out. We're not looking for anything at the moment, but we'll be sure to keep you in mind in the future." But you know what that means?
There's
The
always-
future
you're
could be
saying there's a
tomorrow,
chance.
guys.
You know
You're
what?
saying
There's
there's a
a
chance.
Saying bastards.
It hurts deep because I spend a lot of money on high noons, and I think maybe they didn't look up because I sent it from the Hammerback Instagram account. I should have sent it from my personal, so they could look at the amount of money I've spent on high noons over the past.
Well, we just need to send
Look,
12 to
this is
18
this
months.
is a classic rookie move. Don't ever ask. Don't ever ask permit. Just
We
do
should have
it.
just
it.
made a shirt.
We're
If you have
sponsored
to
by
pull
High
them
Noon.
off
You
the
know what I'm
website,
going to do?
you know
I'm going to
what?
make a shirt and I'm going to send it to you, High Noon, and you're going to get the shirt and go, "Damn, that's good. We
Oh,
want more
it's
of those."
You know
Good.
what? Actually, that's gonna be funny. We're gonna do.
Yeah,
that.
we're
just gonna
I'm
make
gonna
a High
a
Noon
sample
shirt.
High Noon shirt. I'm going to mail it.
It doesn't
to
have
High
to
Noon.
say high noon
It
on it.
doesn't.
No, let's just make
But
it.
the people will know it's high noon.
I think a summer High Noon can.
Yeah,
Well,
do
you know
they
what-
have
you know what you do?
Nooner?
You know what happens then?
Nooner.
You know what happens then when
Oh.
when they start calling and going, "Hey, we kind of like these High Noon shirts. Can we get some more of them?" We just go, "We'll keep your information on file."
We're not looking for anything right now.
We're not looking
Yeah,
for
we're not
anything at the
looking for
moment,
anything.
but we'll keep you in mind for the
You know that's
future.
going to go different. They're not going to say, "Hey, we like it." We're going to get a cease and desist, and then we're going to go, "Hey,
Yeah.
well, what if we just send you 10 for free and we'll call it a deal?"
Yeah.
I think that's
It's
worth,
gonna happen.
that's worth every bit. By the way, is a Johnny Walker poll? How about a Zinni?
A Zimbabwe.
Ooh.
We can just
Ooh.
start
We
an
can literally do
entire
anything.
category of
The pickleball is out. We're sold out. It's the most popular pattern. I think that's a good thing
So-
to do is just do a Zen, do some other stuff.
Well, not only
Oh, yeah.
that, but we were
Right.
talking about it because we said, maybe we do a different color this time, and Evan actually had a good idea, which is, well, why don't we just do an Instagram poll? Put 5 colors on there and
Let's
see
let
who
the
likes
people
it.
decide what
Let's
color
let
they
the
want.
people
Because guess
decide.
what? We didn't think we'd sell any of the sea foam,
I told you that thing was
but it's
freaking
sold.
awesome.
It's out. We're out.
is.
I
We're
think
getting
that
more.
one the best.
We're getting more. Anyways,
quick word.
Flushfest Pod brought to you by hammerbackgolf.com.
Hammerback.
Hammerbackgolf.com. Check it out. Hats, polos, belts, soon to be gloves, soon to be more pickleball shirts.
And because you're a listener, FlushPod20 at checkout, you get 20% off everything.
Before we go on, we do have a special guest. Ed Sheeran is on the podcast today.
Hey everybody!
Ed, how you
glad
doing?
you're here.
Show us the hair.
We should. If you've noticed a little bit of a, I don't know, a ginger patch in there. I don't know what that is. Chestnut.
Auburn hue.
Well,
We're brothers.
as I've mentioned before,
wow.
we all have day jobs, right?
We've all got jobs.
And I run a technology company, and one of the bets are kind of,
Company goals.
wagers, company goals.
Let's call it a
We
goal.
said about 2.5 years ago
is this
was
a long story, Colin?
if we get to 1,000 customers, I've got to shave my head into a mohawk and dye it bleach blonde.
It's not really a mohawk.
Faux hawk.
Well, no,
Faux
it is. Trust me. We had a professional barber come in and surprise me.
By customers, you mean companies that subscribe, right?
Right. Right. So a customer could
lot.
be 5,000 people, but it's one customer to us.
Yeah.
So, this is what it was. It was the barber came in, gave me a little mohawk as all of our employees watched and laughed. And then
Did he dye it? Or
no, I went home and used a CVS dye kit, and my wife went in and dyed it. So,
By the
this is
way,
what I look
that
like now.
video, she looked like she was having a blast.
I think she
was
really
loving it.
enjoyed
I
it.
think
It
she
was,
did.
yeah. But I will say to anybody out there, I actually have a huge respect for our wives if they do this. I don't know if it's the same at the salon, but your scalp burns.
Well, hold
Their
on.
hair
How
is
much did
longer,
your packet at
Yeah,
CVS
that's important.
cost?
I don't know. I didn't buy
Like
it.
$10. I can tell you that the dye that they're getting should be a lot better because that's
You
like
get what you pay
200,
for.
300 every time I see that
Yeah.
come.
I mean, it.
When was the last time you dyed your hair?
No, not mine. The wives. He was talking about. I don't know how the wives do it.
It.
Well, women's
Burned
haircuts.
so
Women's
badly.
haircuts are
That's
That's highway
whole
robbery.
Another topic.
Yeah.
Not enough time in this.
but-
week.
There's not enough time.
I feel like as bad as that hair is, congrats on the 1,000 customers, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's a big win. It was I'm a man of the people, a man of my word. So I said I'm going to do it, and I did it, and
I did it.
and I did it.
All right.
and gosh darn it, these things are all the way down to the roots. So this is going to be it's a 1 month thing I've got to keep this for, but this is more like an
Oh, it's a
8.
full month.
Wow.
It's going to be
Sea-Dog's
like
going to have highlights in about 2 weeks,
They
and
put
it's going to be
lightning
awesome.
bolts. You can't see it because it's blonde now, but the guy did a fade plus lightning bolts because we're a weather technology company, all on the side.
Lightning.
Lightning.
This gives me an idea of something because I love this. What's the deal we're gonna do for Harris
Oh,
or
wow.
Cub
No, sorry. No,
that's
to
easy.
do that? How much? What do we got to make? 500,000 in a month?
in a month?
I think,
Why not?
I
Why
think
not?
when we how many
Sure.
shirts have we?
My
sold?
hair already looks like that.
How many shirts?
So
have we
we've
actually-
had what 1,500 sales. Or something?
Well, listen,
1,500 orders,
we're gonna,
something like
we'll
that.
put this to the people. When we sell, let's pick an arbitrary number. When we sell our 1,000th shirt, or whatever it is, we'll post
sold
this.
more
we'll
than
put-
1,000 already.
I know, but when we get to a lofty number, we'll put it up on the pod.
How about
Wait,
this? How about this?
Hey, we're gonna
We
look
hit
at
$1 million in revenue.
Okay, great. We put it to the
Because
people.
we've done what,
Boom.
102,000?
Boom.
Right.
Love that one.
We've done about 120 now.
120.
120. Sorry.
Let's say when we
I
hit,
just left off the zero.
Let's say when we hit 500,000, put a comment down what you would like done within the limits of the law in this country
Oh, yeah.
to Harris.
Oh,
And we will put we will take a poll.
I tell you what. When we hit that number,
No, that's the deal.
I will hit a big old draw right to left.
Well, the problem is you've got to
listen.
guarantee it, and you can't guarantee it drive.
Here's
So
the
let's
thing.
go.
I
The
got a lot of
comment
fight
with the
pass.
most likes, that is, to Barrett's point, within the letter of the law in this country, one of us will do
We can
it.
always leave the
when
country.
we hit $1 million in revenue.
Tijuana looks very nice.
So it's taken us about 5 months to hit this point. Now it's getting better daily.
True, it
so
is. It is
it'll
getting better
happen
daily.
faster than you think.
Well,
So
and
let's
this
see.
is important that it's you, Cub, because you and the reason why this 500,000 might approach a little quicker than you think is because you're really our viral sensation at this point, which is not something that I predicted, although it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because but you've gone viral technically thrice, but 2 times with the same gag. So the first one was the shin shot. Remember the shin shot?
Oh yeah.
Would you like to describe it, or should we?
No, I look. The first thing I would like to say
We'll
is
put it up.
Let's go ahead.
Should,
No,
we,
well,
watch, should we watch it?
Let's do.
And
Let's
then-
watch
gotta
the
watch
shot
the
real
video.
quick.
We'll throw it up.
Yeah, they'll throw it up on the video.
throw it up on the video.
We'll throw it up on
So
the
we
video.
can
Here
watch
we go.
it.
But they can't see it on your phone.
Well, no.
No, we'll
It's gonna be
throw
on
it up
YouTube.
though.
It's going to be on YouTube.
It'll be on the yeah.
We're going to have to add a beep or bleep.
No, where is that one? The one without the.
That was not me.
That was the remix. That was the remix.
Well, I know what you were trying to do because you saw Kuchar do this or whoever do it. Hit the backwards upside down
Yeah, look,
shot.
you don't have a shot. You gotta
Oh,
and
here it is, here
and
it
you're
is, here it
chipping
is.
for double bogey, so you definitely don't want to drop.
Well, I think I was chipping for Paul.
Here it is. He's looking. He's looking
But,
at
okay.
it. Oh, right in the
Yeah,
shin.
that one hurt. All right.
So, Cub, walk us through what you're thinking.
Yeah. Well,
And how bad did that hurt? You went to the ground.
no,
You're really
it hurt. I
holding
mean,
that
look, the
ankle
shin,
or the shin.
the shin. It hurts. Look, the first thing I'm going to say is, no one can prepare you for being famous. Like, nobody can prepare you for this. I mean, first it was the paparazzis on the street.
Got a lot of people on the street asking.
And then I
for
had
your
people
autograph.
saying, "Hey, I know you from somewhere." And I was like, "Yeah, you do, friend.
You leased
Saw
my
me
house
on
in Waco."
Instagram."
"Does this look familiar? This golf shot?"
And it's just
You've
I don't know,
handled it.
it's
You've
a lot.
handled it remarkably well.
It's-
You stayed
let's-
so
look,
humble.
Let's
It-
ask when you were standing over that backwards, going for the backwards shot.
Yeah.
Were you thinking that you were going to actually hit it?
oh, I thought I was going to put it in the hole.
You thought it was going in?
I thought this is going to be really, really good, and everyone's going to go, "Wow, you have really good short."
He made a 6-net 5.
And,
Is what
and
the-
Harris,
I
Wait,
didn't
didn't
even
the
make
ball
a
go
6-net
backwards?
5.
Let's-
It went in the
hold on, I'm gonna
water.
watch it real quick
By
again.
the way,
no, it goes in the water.
it goes in the water. By the way,
No, it's
oh, it goes in the water.
yeah, he hits his
somebody-
ankle and it goes in
Yep.
the
the
It
other
does. It
thing,
goes in
the
the
other
water.
thing that they can't prepare you for is the comments.
I think
And
comments
there,
on
there
the
are
vicious.
a lot of funny comments.
and I think one of the comments said that that's actually an illegal.
That's what I was getting to. No, not the stance. They
Right?
said it's MT. He's our rules expert. Grounding
I thought it was.
is
I
that
thought it was
that? But
because
the
it
red
was-
line is there. The in the hazard is that you can't ground your. And I was doing practice.
No, you can now.
No,
You can now.
Well, yeah, that guy was quoting 1996 rules. Like,
Yeah.
things have changed.
You can
All right.
ground
You can
on
ground,
under.
yeah.
All right. Well, BR69.
Let's explain how this, because it went viral a while after,
So
right? I mean,
Yeah, we posted. So one of our buddies posted it. I think his laugh might be the funniest part of the video at the end.
I don't know about that.
And
but-
he sent it to somebody in.
it was an Oklahoma
Oklahoma, yeah.
insider.
but
Twitter guy.
it didn't become viral until like not a year, but
Who picked it up
No,
first?
no, no,
Zaire.
no.
Zaire Golf.
Zaire picked
yeah.
it up first.
It within a couple days, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
Zaire
thought it was
picked
like
it
a
up.
while. It was like
No. It was people were still big golf accounts are still posting it 6 months
maybe that's
later.
yeah.
Like you said, fame. Once you're famous,
It's hard.
You went.
It's a tough
I've never seen you try that shot before, but you went viral a second time for a shot that I think we've all become kind of desensitized to how stupid it is.
It's pretty normal.
The-
now.
Which is the big banana ball on cue,
Well, look,
What do you
And
call it? You call it
honestly,
the
it's the inverse draw
the inverse draw. But honestly,
power fade.
or power fade.
the
there's two
comments on the inverse draw, I think, were 10 times as ruthless as
Yeah,
on the. They were mean.
Let's watch
there
let's
were-
watch that one real quick.
By the way, video credit, BJ. It's not mentioned in the video.
10T.
Yeah, it's
There's MT going.
So you got
just-
10T
Hey,
there, and then you're aiming up.
Hey,
down.
E-Money, read a couple of those comments.
well,
this
no,
is the
if
best
you go
part.
To you got to go to
There
Zaire.
goes
the
Zaire,
comments though.
The funniest ones
Go
are
ahead.
the ones that are talking about. They're like, "Dang, 180 yards right down the middle." You know,
No, the best one that I saw was
Yeah, they don't
somebody.
know. It was like
Somebody
300.
said, "Can you imagine just living with that slice and
Yes.
never trying to?"
can you imagine
Fix it.
living with that?
The
never trying to fix
comments are
People on the internet are mean, man.
people are mean. But what's funny is there are a lot of mean comments. But what I would say is there's also a lot of comments of everyone going,
That's
yeah,
me.
that's me.
Yep, that's
or
me.
they'll tag their friend and go, that's you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's very relatable.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair to Cub, that's not your normal shot. That's a situational shot.
It is. So when I've
It's
got a
his
dog
normal
leg, when I've
situational
got
shot.
a dog leg left, you just aim left and hit a big slice back.
One
to
of
the
the
fairway.
comments was something about how many yards you're losing when you do that.
So
Yeah.
somebody said, "What happens when it goes straight? 3 fairways over?" Question mark. Which
We've
we
been
have
there.
That
seen.
has
That
happened.
has
We have been there.
happened.
Yes.
You know what? When you double cross, when you're aiming 100 yards
Gosh,
left,
it's freaking piped.
yeah, but you're gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Every time.
It does work. It does. Sometimes you catch it a little high. And
Sometimes,
it kind
yeah.
of balloons up.
Sometimes I get a
But
little
to
too much
Colin's
spirit.
to Colin's point, it's really just on a dog leg left, because if it's a dog leg right, you just sort of aim down
this guy
the middle
says
and do the
if I
same shot.
this guy
It's
says
not a
if
trick
I
shot.
do that, I hit an absolute piss missile dead left.
Now, what's funny is I assume
I've done
most
that.
people that watch that would guess that you were a 24 handicap. What are you, a 6 or 7?
We're at 7 these
Oh,
days.
7.
Ooh.
See,
Daddy turning down?
I bet that if we told the people on those viral videos, this guy's a single digit handicap, they would just
They would lose
they would
their
all
mind.
put the cap emoji. Like, no, it's not true.
1,000%.
Well, I
Now,
do
granted,
remember.
at the time, I will say, sorry to cut, I will say I was probably a 9 or a 10 at the time.
Yeah, but you still do the shot. No.
No, I can do it on demand because I can shake shots.
Man.
Hey, 60%
I do
of the
remem-
time.
Yeah, I do remember though. I was with Cub, and we're on that same hole. And he calls his shot. That's his bit. He calls his shot. He calls it, does it.
Oh, it works.
And to that guy's point on Instagram that says, when I do that, it just goes 60 yards left. And Cub did that. And we are driving the golf cart down, which that hole goes, that's 14. But if you hit it that way left, it's the 17 green.
We were worried.
And there were some old guys there. And Harris looked at me dead in the face and goes, I don't know if I killed a guy.
I did.
And he thought, am I going to get kicked out of the club for that? Dead serious. Dead serious. Thought he was going to get kicked out of the club.
worried about getting kicked out of the club than killing me.
And I go, Harris, first off, I don't see anybody down, so I think you're okay. But you definitely would have gotten kicked out of the club if you killed a guy. And he goes, but it was on accident. And he was dead serious.
No, it's very frowned upon, Harris.
Look, I still stand by that. It's an accident.
Hey, it opens up a new
It's called
member
manslaughter.
position.
Can I give you another
Somebody
comment?
gets their locker
Yes,
moved
please.
up.
That swing is more over the top than a hit Broadway performance.
They're not wrong.
Oh, there's some good
You
comments.
know the funny thing about that swing
Those
is
are some
when
good comments.
Cub does it on the unexpecting, like people who've never played with him before.
Oh, yeah.
And he lines up for that, and they kind of go, they're like, what is he? What
are you doing?
What? And he doesn't. They just go, oh my god.
Well, so there's at Royal Oaks, there's 2 holes. So number 10, you can do that. But number 14 is a par 5.
There's another video.
There is another video that went viral. There's a maintenance shed in a big oak tree, and you can pump it down the middle, or you can aim over the maintenance shed, which also goes over another hole. That's the one.
That's the one.
That's
when
the
people
one.
are
That's the
playing
scary
with us
one.
and they go, "What?
Oh, even
on
you get
earth
scared.
Is
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy doing?"
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah.
if you top it or line drive it, you're hitting
sheet
somebody.
metal,
You're hitting
100%.
sheet metal.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
hitting someone in the maintenance.
No, so
area.
what I would say
down.
on hole 14,
17 fairway.
on hole 14, you better open that face. I mean, I open it too much most of the time because I'm so worried about killing somebody.
The other thing that you do sometimes, like with people who don't expect it, when we played in the what tournament was it? I don't remember. We were part of Traditions, I think,
Yeah.
and we played with 2 guys we never played before.
Oh, yeah.
And Harris made a double net bogey on a par 4 and did the
Did I hear
shooter.
bogey?
And these 2 guys looked at him. They go, "Did he just do the Shooter McGavin on a net bogey?"
So
Yeah.
It was probably a really good
It wasn't even. So this was a net 5.
It was a net
Six net
5.
This was a net 5.
I
on a
think it
par
was a
4.
really good putt, though. Yeah,
But he did eat full shooter.
little victories.
And these 2 guys looked at each other like, "Is this really?"
Hey,
That's
that's in their
not.
head.
That has. that doesn't hold a candle.
bothers Evan.
It doesn't hold a candle to the time we're playing with the nicest guy at Royal Oaks.
Oh gosh.
And I think Cub and I were actually on a team on this hole. We're walking down the fairway.
I still
John,
feel bad about this.
we're walking down the fairway, and I think what had happened? He hit
was
it
hole
into the
2.
water.
Yeah, it was hole 2.
He hit it in the water.
I think he hit it in the
something
water.
like that. And we're walking down, and he just he just hit it in the water, and he kind of his head was down or whatever, and we start walking down the fairway, and I don't think you got first time you met or something like that. And you look back,
It's the first time we played together.
Did that go in the water? He goes, yeah. He goes, okay, we're gonna go ahead and hammer.
So you politely asked the
I
guy.
literally politely
I don't
asked
think you've
him
ever
in
met the guy.
water.
You
No.
just- hey,
well,
did
no,
you-
we met, but we never played before.
never played
Wait,
before.
first time you're playing, you politely asked, "Did you hit it in
Hole
the
2,
hazard?"
I'm like, did you go in the water? Yeah, well, we're gonna hammer.
He's the nicest guy in the world. He goes, yeah, I think so. You go, we're gonna go ahead and hammer.
That's the worst when you're playing with a guy you haven't played with or two guys or whatever. And we've all got this like sort of deep bag of like things you could say if somebody sculls a ball off the tee, you know, oh, I got it, or get in the hole, or way to connect or whatever.
Pass.
But we sort of get that
run for us.
you sort of get that on like auto reflex where you just sort of say it like every time CP, you know, does that, you just pull it out.
Yeah.
But then you say it to a guy who you've never played with.
I couldn't
And
hold
they
it
kinda
together
look-
on
they
the green.
No, Evan started laughing.
I
when
couldn't hold
said
it together on the green
He was
after he
literally
did that.
like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I want my $5."
It was so Cub. It was perfect.
Well, Cub's gone viral a couple times. Now, Cub also has a new, by the way, we should preface this, I suppose, for being as complicated a golfer as Cub is.
That was a really nice way to put it.
You're very entertaining. You're actually a fabulous putter, but you've achieved this putting status with what Evan describes as a bongo bat.
Every
Because
putter
it
I've
is
ever had
No,
is
it's-
secondhand.
It's a Goodwill thrift store
Yes.
putter that looks
It
like
sounds
it's
like a
the
bongo
old.
bat.
We'll throw a picture. It's like the
1000%.
Batman putter, you know.
lead tape on the bottom.
Anyway,
we
but-
need to make sure that there's a sound bite, and maybe we're gonna have to
Oh,
do
we
it
should
of
do
you
that.
hitting a putt because it's
Yes.
the worst sounding putter.
It's a
bad.
bongo bat.
Of-
But when,
listen,
when the ball falls in the cup, though, it's
Yeah,
pretty nice.
But listen, those days are long gone because
They are.
Cub has a new putter. And this was a big purchase for a historically frugal
Should we-
golfer.
this is
so
actually-
frugal, in fact, he's never bought with his own money a driver. No,
Have you ever bought a driver? I gave you the one,
then he
you got
broke it.
and then you broke it, and then returned it
No,
to
no.
get a free one.
He
I
called-
broke it, and then
called
Cobra
Cobra.
gave me a new one.
got a warranty.
No, I bought
You
it
got a
from
warranty
you.
return.
You did not.
Yeah, I bought it from you.
okay.
You charged me half price.
So real,
I think I gave it to you for like $100.
You gave him $100
It's like
driver.
a $500
Okay,
driver.
he said he's collectively he's had 4 drivers. He's paid $100 for them. Anyway, Cub bought a new
I think
putter.
I gave it to you because you
No,
asked,
I paid
you
for
said,
it.
hey, that driver broke. Can you send me the purchase information? Because I'm going to warranty it.
gracious.
They sent me a new one
Gosh.
for free. It's great.
you
That's what happened.
you asked
you don't know
him
till you
for
ask.
the purchase receipt so you could use
'Cause I bought
his
it on-
credit
yeah,
to get you
'cause
and
I
No,
bought
I
it
did
online.
pay him for it though.
I bought it-
He's forgetting that.
No, but he's yeah.
That's the funniest.
Anyway, it was yeah. You talk about ingenuity, but anyway, Cub paid sticker price for a new putter. Why don't you tell us what you got? Because this is a big moment.
Well, this was the putter heard round the world a year ago.
A year ago.
A year ago? I don't know. Still today? No, it's not the bongo bat. Everybody's using it. The Odyssey Jailbird.
all right.
You got the Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, he
putter.
got the Ricky Fowler
He got
putter.
suckered in.
Well,
I did.
and
I did it.
Well, there's 3 or 4.
Wyndham Clark.
Wyndham Clark.
Yep.
He won the week after
Yes.
Ricky did. With the
Well,
same
no,
putter.
that putter made its debut and won like 3 out of 4 tournaments,
Yes.
and they've sold out.
They literally.
times.
So I
Now,
read
has
this
this
article
been-
the other day. They hadn't produced that putter in years. They haven't made another one
You could
in
get on
years.
You could
and all
get
of a
on
sudden it gets
eBay.
popular.
You could get on eBay a year ago for
Yes.
$40.
Yeah.
Like literally.
And
then
all of a sudden it blows up and they're like, we got to start producing this putter again. They start making it again.
Did you test this with the Cub wedge? Have you gone?
I have
by the
not
way,
done
Cub,
the-
Okay.
Cub wedge is a Texas wedge, Cub wedge, or
Off
a
the
very
green.
far off the green.
I mean, I've seen as far as like 60 yards off the
Yes.
green.
Have you
Well,
tested it? Does it do it? Does it work?
Well,
He hasn't
I have
tested it.
Well, hold
But it
on.
will.
Hold
Yes.
on. I want to
no,
know.
it will work.
Cub wedge goes away. That's good for us.
I want to know where you got fitted for this, because did you get PGA Tour Superstored where everyone knows it funnels to the hole? Because when you walk in, you pick up any putter in there.
that is true.
That is true.
You're like,
Can you imagine him
dude,
going in?
You're
and
like,
asking,
okay,
"Hey,
if
do you
I
have
make
anything off the green I could try to putt with this?
I mean,
You open the front doors, I'll just put in.
there. It's too dialed in there.
He's in the fair. He's in the full swing simulator.
fairways I could try this on?
Before I answer this, I just want to thank Callaway, Odyssey, our sponsors here for sponsoring this. But when I first found it, it was at Second Swing, and there's a little demo. There's a pole.
Who told you to go to second swing? And what did you say?
And I said it was really far away. It was
Cub
really
said, "Should I
long.
go to Golf Galaxy or PGA?" I said, "You should go to Second Swing."
Second Swing? It's our other sponsor.
Second Swing, and he texted me back. He goes, "Dude, that's like 23 minutes up the tollway."
It was
I go, "What else are you doing today?" He goes, "Nothing."
Nothing.
Well, then go up to Second Swing.
Midday putting fitter, and he's got to
was
figure
like-
out
I was
the
thinking about
distance.
I was thinking about heading to the club to get lunch.
1:30 on a Tuesday.
No, it was a Monday. The club was closed. I mean, what else am I going to do? It was 40 minutes away. So I got up there, pole, plaque, whatever, tried the Ricky Fowler Wyndham Clark putter that made tour history, whatever. And I go grab it. And I'm like, this 39-inch tall putter. I'm like, this is great. And I hit one putt and I hit the first one in and I go, this is amazing. It was a demo. And okay, but after that, I brought the manager over. I said, hey, I want to buy this putter. And he goes, well, it's not for sale. It's a demo. And I go, my credit card's ready. I don't care what you charge me. I want this putter.
You did not.
You did
Yes,
not.
I
That would have
literally
been the
said that.
first time in your life you've ever said that.
Yes, and it was also very. I can't say what I want to say.
Did you follow it up with, and
was
then
a
how
very-
much of a discount code can I get? There's no way you said,
Can I
my
use
credit
my
card's ready.
50% off coupon?
I've been warming that
Guys,
credit card
I
up.
can't
There's no
tell
way.
you
That doesn't
how
come out of your
serious
mouth.
I am when I say I would never, ever, ever do this. But I literally said those words. I said,
So you made
my credit card is ready. I want this putter.
So you made one putt and gave him a blank check.
Cub, you
No, I
are
made like 10 putts.
You made 10 putts.
yeah, but you are aware that it all funnels, right? Like,
Not at Second Swing.
Not at Second Swing.
all right, we're going to do investigative journalism at Second Swing.
Cannot wait to see
I
you
don't
do a
even
Cub
care if
wedge.
it funneled. I loved the way that putter felt in my hands. I wanted it. I wanted it bad.
I wanted
And they
it.
wouldn't sell it. I want
Needed
that.
it.
They wouldn't sell it to me. So you know what I did?
You ordered it.
Ordered online.
I ordered the new version.
And how long do we have to wait?
March 15th is when it ships.
So you'll get it in like April, mid-April.
Yeah.
Gosh,
So
don't say that.
Yeah, you got a while.
And we
No,
can't wait
it's
for
going to
that.
be here before
Did you
before
customize
the
it?
Masters.
It won't be here before that.
Oh, yeah. Did you?
Little custom?
I went standard Ricky Fowler. I went 39 inches, 17
orange?
inch
Get a little
grip,
orange on that
super
grip?
stroker.
little orange on that grip. I know you getting green.
Yeah, we ain't going orange. No, it's great.
So what's going to happen when you get out on the course and you see no material difference in that in your original putter?
Well, MT, I can't answer that question because
You know
we
what?
are going to see
No.
a really big difference.
Are you going up the arm with it? Are you going like up the arm?
We're
like a
kind of getting
Zalatoris? Or are you
we're
going
kinda,
middle? Or
we're
what are we
getting
doing
that
here?
grip
with the-
level with the forearms and just letting the shoulders swing.
God, I can't wait for that
Do
thing
you
to
even
just
know how
chunk
to
on
use
his
this
Cub
putter,
wedges
or did you just?
off in the
Do you know
fairway
how to
and-
use this putter? Or are you just winging it?
Counterbalance.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, we can't wait for the on-course review of CUB's new putter and his subsequent skyrocketing handicap because it doesn't work. But maybe it will. I think sitting tall in the seat is a good thing. I use a 41-inch putter, and I'm not ashamed.
One.
Well, I'm a
You're a strapping
big
young
old guy.
lad.
Yeah. And yeah, I love it. MT's hunched over his flat cat. By the way,
I like the shorter putter.
I'm not sure anybody
I like the shorter putter.
MT,
34.
MT, who I love dearly, should not be giving anyone grief over new golf equipment, considering that you're on what number set of irons
In my
in the
defense,
calendar year?
In my defense,
Here it
I'm
goes.
not as frugal as Cup.
Let's
That's
real
true.
quick.
This is my thing.
Let's name. I know,
That's
but
not-
let's,
I
a
don't.
great
I don't
defense.
have.
I want you to start.
Rolexes and other stuff.
What is it?
I'm a bit of a.
Rolex.
I'm a bit of a club guy. All right.
I want you to
buy
start
equipment.
January 23 ish, and roll us through the year, like a year from
Well,
year to date.
but you're a tinkerer.
Well,
You're a
what'll be
tinkerer.
interesting
What's
is
the order
most
of
people might
history?
not have even. So we'll start in June of 2022,
Oh,
which
we're
most
gonna
people
go
are
back.
going to be interested in this. So I went to Club Champion. If y'all are familiar, you go up
Waste
there,
of
you
money.
do the. Well, and this is where I learned this trick.
It's such
You
a waste
go
of
up,
money.
you go up there, you
Not
do
a
the full
sponsor.
fitting. You got to spend money to do the fitting. I get the clubs done. And by the way, I learned because I realized. So for those of y'all out there that go out and try to find a place where you're getting iron fitted in drivers, remember this technique. I noticed that the range I was hitting on, the virtual range, was in the mountains. All right. And somebody told me, he goes, why don't you ask him what the elevation is set on? So I asked him my fifth shot in because my 6 irons were going about 205, and they don't go 205, all right? They go about 190.
Oh, that's it.
I knew he was going to say that. His aren't bent to a 4-iron
Yeah,
like
what are you
yours.
talking? You
All right,
play
sorry.
T3 fit. Your 4-iron has the same loft as my putter. Like, it's not
Pretty
the same.
great.
But so that place, I hit a couple. The elevation was 5,000 feet. We live in Dallas, like 500 here? That's a big
Less.
That's
Nobody
a,
knows.
Couldn't
Not a
tell you.
scientist.
That's a big deal. Though.
Scientist.
So just so you know, you go get fitted. It's very much like Cub's going to learn on his putter. They funnel to the hole. You go on the TrackMans. They pump the elevation up so you think you're just ripping these things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got to buy this driver. I'm carrying it 320.
I feel like all the
Well,
PGA Superstores has the mountains in the back. Is that what?
Well, no, but you got to ask them. Like, what's the elevation? Because a lot of them will crank it up.
Yeah, like on CP's simulator that he took to the range one day, and it was the most humbling thing I've ever done.
Yes.
Because I was smushing drivers 220 carry. And Colin even said, he's like, maybe this isn't calibrated right. And I was thinking, I think it probably is. I think it's just me.
No, the most humbling is when you get on one of those on the range and like you have the range track, man. It's like, all right, what do you think your ball speed is? Probably 177. You're like 163. You're
Yeah.
like, oh man, 160.
Well, I'm still warming up. I'm catching
No, so that session though, this is interesting.
Are you going to give us your clubs?
Yeah, so I got the I got
forward.
sold
Do we need to go to
on
next episode?
Titleist Concepts.
The concept.
The concepts, which were
Are those blades?
so they have 3
They don't
versions. The point is, it's supposed to be like their R&D department has an unlimited budget, and you got to go get them. So they were $500 an iron.
And do you remember what I told you?
I'm sorry.
Gracious.
What did you say?
Yeah, they were $500
Hold
an
on.
iron.
No.
I almost
they
just had a stroke.
I bought 7 of them, and I upshafted them a little bit. So they were.
He really did that.
Look,
Well, if you're
it
going to
was like
spend
2
$500
mortgage
an
pay-
iron,
Look,
why
it
not
was-
spend 6?
Well, do you remember what I told you? I said, do any of their tour pros play this iron? He goes, no. And I said, can they get them? And he was like, yes. I was like, why?
Well, yeah.
Well, they just don't. That it's too. They want to play they're trying to market. You played it off like they're marketing the T100.
I'm,
So I went,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure I sent Barrett a picture because my like 3rd shot with this setup, it was 0 inches offline and like a dead straight deal. And I took a picture, I sent it to Barrett. I was like, dude, I'm getting these. And he goes, and that was when he asked, he goes, do any tour pros play it? And I go, no. And he goes, I wonder why.
Wonder why?
I remember testing that 7 iron on the range and
Yeah, I
hitting it
hated
and just
it.
being like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I remember.
You don't want to say anything. It's like when you see an ugly baby, but you got to say it's cute. I wasn't going to tell him
It was the first.
this thing sucks.
No, that first round. And by the way,
But it did.
Mary's going to learn this because I
did.
told
It
her
was
that
bad.
I told my wife that I sold them and I got my investment. That's not true. So I
Wait, where are they?
They're in the
I
garage.
traded them in at second swing because that's all I could do for a set of P770s, which were about
See, the podcast just brings
$1,600.
all the truth
And
out.
then you got
Can't lie
Now
on the
listen,
mic.
my favorite fitting day story of the last year. They have these days at the club or whatever. They come and set up a tent and they have all the stuff. You're supposed to get fit. And E was all high about getting I got to get a new hybrid. My hybrid sucks. I can't get a new hybrid.
That
And
hybrid
he went out.
sucked.
It sucked. I have it in my bag. I don't hit it. It's absolute trash.
Terrible.
oh, the one I gave? Yeah.
It's
No.
terrible. Anyway,
Yeah.
to make a long story short, the guy at the TaylorMade thing, do you remember this? Goes, oh, you've got some really good club head speed. You should try this. And Evan hits it, and apparently the numbers are just, off the chart.
Awesome.
And Evan goes, I'll take it. And he goes, it's not for sale, man. It's tour issue only. Takes it back.
Why would he let me?
I don't know. Just broke my heart.
This
That
is
was
heart.
me with that putter.
Yeah.
I really wanted.
What's funny though is the same guy, it's the same fitter, TaylorMade guy. I can't remember his name, but he's awesome. And the reason I say he's awesome is because the last time, I think he felt bad maybe for that, because then the next time I was trying out like the Stealth 3-iron, driving iron or whatever. And I was just smushing that thing. And I was like, I need this. I'm going to Florida for a tournament. I need something that can get just down the fairway. And he goes, well, like it's going to take a while to get this set up. I go, can I just borrow this? I need to borrow it for a week. And he goes, yeah.
You
He's like,
literally asked him that?
yeah. Well, he goes, yeah. No one ever uses the shaft that's in this thing. So go ahead and take it. And just when yours comes in, give it to Abe in the pro shop, and I'll come pick it up and get it. And so he let me borrow it. And I was like, that is
Wow.
awesome.
So how'd it work out?
It was great. It was
That is
perfect.
great customer service.
It was great.
Customer
So
service.
I kind of have an opposite to that one, which is I was at PGA Tour Superstore probably a year ago, and I was testing out for a driving iron. And this is, by the way, this is a great line. I'm hitting like the standard, whatever that hazardous smoke is on the Titleist one. And I hit a couple, and the guy hits me with a line. It was so good. It was sold right then. He goes, you know what, player like you? He goes, why don't you try this one out? And he hands me, and it's that Tour 80, the orange one.
That's such a good
And I did.
You know what?
I
Player
did flush it a couple times. I was like, how much is it? And he goes, it's $100 more, but it's worth it. And I was like, you know what? Fire it up. Let's go.
And it is, I was going to say, you said the orange driving iron. That's the one in his bag.
No, yeah, it's in there. Hey, I use it.
But he smooshes it.
I love it.
player like you.
by the way,
Guy came in with a
anybody-
bunch of $500 per iron concepts to trade in. He's like, I'm going to upsell the shit out of this guy.
No. Well, he got me. So that was
gonna
the
get
second
him
swing.
good.
So I got a nice set of about $1,400 irons for that. I spent about.
So how many sets of irons do you think?
So I've been through
on the-
4 sets in the last 2 years, but when you add in putters and drivers,
Probably more.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
I'm
Yeah,
going to take
'cause
the positive.
Honestly, it's probably 4 sets of wedges.
But didn't you just
you bought a test set on eBay that you're like, I'm just going to test these out for fun.
No.
Okay,
he was
this is
accidentally
actually-
the high bidder.
No. The eBay story's funny. And by the way, y'all, if anybody ever tries it, it's actually a great way to do it. You buy clubs on eBay. If they allow a return, you can try it. However, I made a mistake, and I bought a big.
Send back some dirty clubs to a
No.
guy.
I screwed up. So
Some
I bought a
Topeka,
set.
Kansas.
some
I bought a set of T100S's last year. I did not know that the seller was in Great Britain. So I got a bill for customs or duty or whatever for a couple $100. And then I didn't like them, so I was going to ship them back. Well, it cost me $320 to ship them back to him. So by the time I paid customs and the shipping, I should have just kept them. I was like,
trade them in.
Yeah, so there's been some mistakes.
It's a journey. But it's a journey.
MT, did you just get a new driver too?
Yeah, but I'm really excited.
I saw a little thing on your wife's Instagram, a little new driver.
Well, shout out my guy Austin at Dallas Golf.
Oh, Dallas Golf is my place.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
money.
It's awesome. And so I go in there. I just wanted to do a driver fitting. I was like, hey, this, picked up a little ball speed lately. It's a big deal. So I was like, I gotta try.
Sticking with
gotta try.
Titleist?
Well, no, I was like, no. The head was fine. I was like, I need a little bit stiffer shaft. And so the guy, of course, he gets me. He goes, you got the wrong head here. We need to try.
I've heard good things.
It is good. I went in. I was thinking about getting a new putter a year and change ago, and Evan was like, "Go in Dallas Golf." And I went in there and I tried these putters, and the guy put me on some machine. They put a thing on the putter, whatever. And he's like, "It's not really working." He goes, "Where's your putter?" And I said, "Is it the club?" And he's like, "Is it far?" And I said, "No, 15 minutes." He goes, "Well, go get it and bring it back." And so I drove down there and got the putter, came back, puts me on the same machine with my putter. And mind you, I walked into this store being like, I'm going to buy a new toy. Like I'm going to spend money. And he basically told me, no, what you have is fine. He's like, you're good. Just I'll put a new grip on it. Go
Honestly,
away. Didn't charge me anything. It was a terrific experience, which actually reminds me of your
Yes.
experience when you went.
Same thing.
This is the best Dallas golf experience in the world.
It wasn't Dallas Golf, was it?
No, I thought it was Dallas golf.
I think it is.
Yeah, it was
I think
Dallas golf.
Oh, that
I
is
was sitting
Dallas
to Dallas
Yeah.
golf to get.
This was a year and a half
Or what's
ago.
the other one? What's the other like? I think
No, it was Dallas golf.
Yeah.
So for
the one in
those-
Plano.
Yes,
You guys
so
were like,
for
go
the-
to this one.
So for those of
Golf
y'all
Tech.
that remember
It wasn't golf
the
tech.
Cub viral video
Hunt East.
and the 200-yard slice drive that went famous, at that point, Cub was looking for a new driver. And so Barrett told him to go check this out, and he went and got fitted.
The
and
guy
I
was
handed it
very
off.
nice. I literally hit my driver, then I hit like 5-10 other drivers. He goes, I don't think I'm going to outfit you with anything better than your driver. And I was
No,
like,
he said, dude, I can't fit that swing.
yeah, he was like, literally like, dude, like your driver's fine. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah, because his point was it's not going to make a difference.
But he said it nicely though. He wouldn't tell me like, "Hey, your swing sucks, bro." Like,
Yeah,
The funny part was you came back and told us, you go, honestly, I wish you'd just let me buy a driver.
I just wanted to buy a driver.
Like it
I
hurt
just
my
wanted to buy
feelings. Like he
something.
wouldn't even let me spend money.
no,
Cub
What did
called
he
me on
say?
the way
The credit
home.
card's hot. It's ready to go, man.
You didn't use that line.
my credit card was hot. No, I didn't use it that time, but
Well,
I
Cub-
did for the putter. I
Cub
swear
called
to
me.
you, I said
He called me on the way back from that fitting appointment. And I was like, "How'd it go?" Like, because he told me he was going to go, and I was like, "Did you get?" I go, "What'd you get?" He goes, "Dude, he wouldn't sell me anything." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Dude," he goes, "I'm kind of pissed, man." He goes, "I just wanted a new
I just wanted a new toy. Like
and the guy wouldn't sell me a new toy.
the guy saw my swing and he's like, he didn't say this, but he's
Sad
like,
Cub.
dang, you suck. But like, he was like, your driver, what you're hitting right now is like different than what I'm going to give you in the store.
I mean,
He's
I've
like,
never heard that.
But listen,
Ever.
if you came to
Never.
Hammerback Golf and you said, "I want to buy a new shirt," I'm not going to tell you that it. You know, you don't
your
look
Peter
good.
Millar's okay. No,
Yeah,
the
you look
hammerback got
fine
better.
and-
You know
I'm going
what?
to say get a bunch.
Here you go.
You're gonna
Try
look,
them all.
you're gonna
Buy
look-
2, get 2 free. Let's go right now.
Buy one, get one free right now.
Come on, Colin.
February sale.
I thought it was buy 2, get 2.
Well, if you buy two,
Well, technically, if you buy
free.
2, you get 2 free. Yeah.
Guys,
You're not wrong.
Colin
Yeah.
didn't get 1,000 customers selling one at a time.
That's
It's buy
true.
two, get two.
He's more like
Oh.
buy two, get two.
I just realized.
by the way,
it's-
Best Friends video drops. Those your
No,
Oh,
that,
I
that
saw
did drop
that.
today.
I
Thank
saw
you for
that.
that. Yeah.
Love it.
Well,
Love it.
All right.
I remember when you hit those tee shots,
Hey.
and we did it like 3 or 4 times. Do you remember
So
that?
embarrassing.
oh, they both just dribbled off the tee box.
And finally, I think Matt was finally like, "I think we got it."
I think you got it. Yeah. I was like,
It doesn't matter where they go. Well, it doesn't.
No,
When you
well, it was terrible, but no, but it was great. Okay, hey, time out. I have a really good table topic for everybody.
Oh yeah.
All right, you ready? This is really, really near and dear and close to my heart.
Okay.
And I feel like we need to talk about it as a team. And I feel like all the viewers need to listen and kind of, see if it's near and dear to their heart. Do you know where this is going?
No, but you're stalling.
I am stalling because
Yeah.
it's good. I just want to talk about morning golf.
We did talk about this.
Look, okay, time out.
But define morning
Okay,
golf.
morning golf. I just want to talk about this. I want to see if other people feel the same way as we, or me, you. I haven't heard from everyone.
for morning golf.
This is
Okay.
important, but what is morning golf?
Okay, morning golf is like anything from
8 a.m. to
9:30,
9:30.
7:30. Some people tee off at 7:30, right? Or
Yeah.
8. Let's just call it 8. Let's,
you-
How about
eight's fair.
earlier than?
No,
Let's just call it 8 or beginning tee
you can
time.
define it when there's still dew on the ground.
We
Yeah,
teed
yeah,
off
yeah.
at 7:30
So-
every day this weekend in California.
Okay,
But
so
good for
7.
you.
Okay.
Tough guy.
So
10
that
something
sounds
here?
terrible. So
But
7:30.
it feels later.
7:30 to like
But listen,
9:30,
but
10.
the difference, this is a bunch of guys who are used to teeing off at noon or 11:30,
Yes.
which is a pretty fairly standard, thing in our group.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I think morning golf
I
is
think-
anything 9 and before,
High noon tee
and
time.
I hate it.
I just want to say
I
that
hate
hate it.
You don't like morning golf?
I kind of feel
Hate
like this
morning
is
golf.
I feel like this is us versus Colin had to say
I
anything.
like Colin. Do you feel the same way? I mean, I'm like,
Well,
morning golf.
I want the viewers to know that we're not people that wake up at 9:30 a.m. We're all up at
No.
like 6, but I think we like to kind of just naturally get the body moving rather than getting up, showering, getting dressed, going
tea time,
and then trying to warm up and then go.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that morning golf advocates will cite, and they'll say, well, you got the whole day after to do whatever
what
you
are you
want.
gonna do
I'm
after
dude,
Yeah.
I want to play golf and go to the 19th hole
That's
and
what-
have 4 or 5 cocktails and go home. I don't want. What am I going to do? Play golf and then have
lunch and then
go to the
work?
office? I
I'm
don't
not
want
going
to
to
do
work.
that.
No.
It's a hold. I want the day earmarked.
Well,
and shot.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't agree with this.
No. I was actually going to say I think the morning golf advocates, for the most part, are older, right? Because they're
And
the
also during
they're the
summer.
kind of guy, like they're the dads that'll wake up and brag. It's like, I already ran to the gym, worked out, ran
these are
home,
like
and then ran to the post office.
70-year-old
Yeah.
guys.
But
old.
you always
old.
have a line whenever we're playing golf, and it'll be like a weekend or something. Somebody's like rushing to hit a putt, and Barrett will always joke.
Where do you have to go?
Yeah, he goes, "What, you in a hurry to get done on your day off, or you know?"
It drives
it's
me
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Let's
What
go.
do
Let's go. Let's go. Pick it up. I'm like, it's Friday at 3:00.
Yeah.
Where do you have to go?
Where are you going?
No, nowhere.
Nowhere. I just want to get moving. Slow down. Relax.
Nobody was.
Nobody was. But this morning golf thing, I hate it. Also, when you wear flofers and it's a little wet on the ground,
Oh boy.
Oh, so this is a personal thing.
it's a personal question.
Okay,
Personal
but
flow.
literally, when you play golf at 8 a.m., you finish at 12, roughly. What do you do the rest of the day?
I think it depends on what your schedule is.
Yeah.
Like if you have
Okay, so
something
you
have to
guys
go
are
do.
advocates for
The
it.
only reason
No, I
you're
would much rather play at 11.
Or
the 11 spot
is prime
right.
time.
But what I'm saying is if I had to be somewhere by 2 or whatever in the afternoon, and I wanted to get around through, the morning's fine.
I think the
kind of
difference is
necessity.
the morning golf makes you feel like a degenerate in the afternoon. That's what it is.
You're
just tired.
You're just
Exactly.
Like, what am I going to do
Kinda
right
worn
now?
out. It's not like I gotta get home
well, that's
to
what
go.
I'm saying. If you had
know,
something you had
No,
to
do
but
some
do,
yard work.
You don't schedule anything that you have to do.
well, sometimes people schedule things.
yeah,
And you
there
say,
might be a
people
birthday
don't-
dinner here.
Most people don't clear their entire day's calendar for golf.
Yeah, let's be,
on a
let's
Friday?
be real. When Harris says
you
11
could
a.m.
choose
golf,
to do that.
he's there at 9.
I'm talking about like Wednesdays.
true.
I will
Thursday.
say,
Okay, I'm not talking about Wednesday.
Look, nothing to do with
You got the
preference.
kids' soccer
I
game on
believe
Saturday. You want to get
that
18 in?
The best rounds, the lowest scores, always happen in afternoons. I'm talking not 11. I'm saying
2 o'clock.
2 to 3. Like when you tee off at 3:30 in the summer, your body's ready to go, and you get done at 7:30, and it's not dark till.
I don't think I've
I'm
ever
telling you,
done that.
yeah, we've done that.
The golden hour E9.
I don't think I've done
I
that.
will
score
tell
well
you
there.
the best scores, I promise, are in the later afternoon.
Oh,
the
yeah.
later
Grass
in
is
the
dying
day,
down.
the
Yeah,
later in the
yeah.
day you tee off, the better you're
we,
gonna.
we talked about it at the last tournament. You and I were paired up with. We're not
Yeah.
morning golfers.
No,
Like, I'm not a
hate
morning
it.
golfer. I'm just
No.
saying I will
Hate
do it
it.
if I have to go somewhere after. But I don't want to. I'm not
Literally
gonna schedule
hate
it.
it so
The other thing
much.
about morning golf, if you tee off at 11,
Oh.
you're making the turn at 1:30 or 2. That's cocktail hour. That's reasonable, I think. Let's just grab one.
Yeah.
If you tee off at 8 a.m., you're making the turn at 10. I'm like, dude,
anything at the golf course is
do I want a Johnny Walker? You kind of feel
yeah,
like
you kind of
it's 10
feel
o'clock in
weird,
the
yeah,
morning.
weird.
Like,
that, and you know
There's
that's
only one positive about the 11 o'clock tee time, making the turn at 1. You get a big old glizzy at
Big
the
old
turn,
glizzy.
Yeah.
big
Oh,
old
yeah.
hot dog.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is nice.
And by the way, sometimes they got a little tuna salad Sammy in there.
Ooh,
you love tuna salad.
I do. I enjoy it.
salads.
gosh,
Nice bag of
extra
Fritos.
danger.
Well, I'd like to hear the community comment on
I would
this.
love to hear what
because
people have to say
I
about-
suspect most people are going to side with me and Cub. Colin was kind of Switzerland on this. He
Yeah,
didn't comment a whole lot.
Colin,
This kind of felt 2v2.
Well, Colin's an early morning guy, though.
Well, I am
I
too
could
because
Like
we
a
all
fi-
have
Colin's
kids.
like a 5 a.m.
I think it's do you prefer to play earlier?
Colin,
Because I
you
prefer
don't
to
like
play
morning
in the
golf.
afternoon. But if I'm scheduling stuff,
Yeah,
just get
I'm
it
with
when I
E.
get it in.
I got
Yeah.
a little tighter ship than you, man.
I'd rather play
no,
golf than
come
not play
off
golf
it.
if I had something.
Shots fired.
Not shots fired, just like different work
Okay,
sketch.
you might do morning golf because it works for your schedule, but will you just say that it sucks?
It does suck.
Morning golf is no good.
I literally
That's the
played a
point.
morning
That's
round
the
the other
answer.
day.
oh,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
sucked.
If that's the
I
answer,
hated it.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
No,
last
it's not-
week,
what
hey,
is
I'm
your
just saying if I
schedule
had
allow?
to play.
guys, listen to this.
I
had
did.
2
I was
holes,
forced
I
to
would do
play
it.
the other
I
day,
talked-
and
I
did
talked
it.
You were
to-
not forced to play. I
was
invited
forced to
you,
play.
and you chose to do that.
I was guilted into playing, and I played.
we're teeing off on 7, and
And I hated it.
and Cub
I kinda
goes,
liked it.
like, and he was talking
Not
some
the
mess,
front
and I go, okay, coming from the guy that's on his 3rd round of the week, and he goes 2.5, literally like that. He goes 2.5, and I go
2.5.
I go, what? He goes, yeah, Tuesday. It was a morning golf round. It's a half a round. It doesn't count.
Morning round equals half round. It's not. It's not. Yeah, that's a thing. I
But
really
you're
truly
saying on
feel
a-
this way.
He calls it a half
It's a half round.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. That's not a real golf round.
Well, you
So you did
enjoyed
Tuesday morning,
you
Wednesday
enjoyed the
afternoon,
back
Thursday
nine.
afternoon.
No, I did Tuesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, Friday afternoon.
You played
So
Tuesday
2.5
morning,
rounds
Wednesday
because
afternoon.
Tuesday didn't really count. Right?
Hey, and by the way, that's our viral cup.
Still
By
shot
the
an
way,
88.
what a blessed life. Tuesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, and Friday afternoon.
I was in between jobs.
This could be your life too.
Well,
Shout out to Rach, just a saint. Holy moly.
can I ask, how do you play 3 times a week and your handicap goes up last year?
Well, he just got a new putter.
That's true.
Oh,
and
so
that
it's
was
gonna
last
go
year.
down?
It's actually gone
He had
down in
old equipment.
2024. So,
Hey, E, do you want to tease next week's potty?
did you say potty?
Yeah, it's a play on of party and
What was
podcast.
what was your nickname in high school?
Cedo Peedle.
Oh
No, that was when I was a little.
I have a lot of thoughts right now. All right. I'm going to let Evan respond.
No, I don't have it pulled up. I honestly don't
Well,
know.
next week,
We're obviously we're going to talk about the Genesis 100%, right?
Tigers
Yep.
return.
Tigers return. We'll see. Real quick vote. I want quick answers. Tiger make the cut or not?
Yes.
no.
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 If he could ride in a cart, yes, but he's not, so no.
Okay.
No.
So Cub.
It has nothing
I
to
had to
do
be
with
going
golf.
yes.
It has nothing to do with golf ability. It's that the guy literally can't walk.
Yeah, that's
Did
fair.
you see
No,
the video
I
this
saw
morning?
your comment too, where you were like, his
Dude,
right calf.
His right
yeah,
calf
I know,
this morning.
I know.
Honestly,
it's
his-
like a
It didn't.
V.
It didn't look great.
It's,
Yeah.
Dude, it's
Now, what
painful
about
to look at.
Swinging the Sunday red video,
I just
that
have to
driver swinging the
believe,
Sunday
though.
red
I'm
video.
like, come
Not great.
on.
Wasn't the same.
Look,
Great.
guys.
Now, what about my cousin blank?
Well, we know
Cousin
who he is
Blank.
now.
Does he make the cut?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you talking
He's
about?
playing great right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, he's
He made some money last week.
by the way, those like Peter Millar pants he wears are almost joggers.
They're half.
They're like half joggers.
Yeah, we gotta.
I love it.
Love Yoggers.
Love the soft J.
Also,
Yagas.
he shaved his beard recently, which
No.
sort of ruins the resemblance.
Did he watch
Yeah, we
episode
need-
1 and now he's trying to distance himself, you think?
Ooh, could
This was,
be.
about
this
the
was
beard?
prior. It's growing back.
Oh.
He's kind of got what you have. This sort of permanent,
Stubble.
sort of
Scruffy?
3 o'clock.
It's not scruff.
Do we
it's
call that a
scruffy.
stubble?
Stubble.
Stubble.
Stubble?
Stubble.
All right. Yeah.
MT wants to go to
Next
dinner.
next
Yeah,
week.
next week, I think we're talking a little Genesis, a little Valentine's action, and
Well, we're going to dig in.
Valentine's.
I think next week's going to be fun because we'll dig into some of our favorite order clients in terms of Hammerback. Some of our most notorious customers.
yes,
Think about that. We even had one guy file a bank fraud claim to try and get some money back.
Well, and this
yesterday.
is a
there are
less,
some interesting
We
guys
had some
out
funny
there.
medical claims too that we need
We
to
had
go
some medical
through.
ones. There's going to be some interesting. So if anybody's ever considering starting a golf brand, understand people will go to any length
You
to
get
not
some
pay
interesting-
for a
there's
polo.
interesting
Listen,
stuff.
don't tell Cobra Golf this. They already know. People will just ask for new drivers. Also, just so you know, for the public out there, if you send an email requesting something outrageous, you might end up on a podcast.
It's very possible.
True.
and you may hear from
Now we're
one of
not
us.
going to say your name, but
We might.
well,
There's one. We
there
might.
is one
Okay.
guy.
Don't be a jerk.
Well,
That
no,
was a
we'll
jerk.
be anonymous,
We
but
will.
you never know.
We'll bring the receipts.
All right,
Yeah.
boys, that's episode 2.
That's a
Cool.
wrap.
Thanks
Here.
for going viral. Cheers.
Hey, cheers,
from the
boys, to
boys.
being famous.
Hammerback.com.
We'll be back next week. We got more coming. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Number 2 in the books.
Cheers,
Hey,
here, dilly dilly.
And don't forget, Hammerback.
Hammerback.com.
Golf.
Cheers.
Did you say hammerback.golf?
Hammerback.golf.
That actually does still work.
I said
Just
Hammerback
for-
Golf.
Lush.